The most inspiring thing that I read today is that a lot of people are like, oh, I got to work for it. And what if you didn't have to work for it? What if you can just position yourself to receive it? What would you do to make that happen? Happy New Year. It is the early morning of 2026. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to record. Yes. All right, let me let me get serious. Let me get the framing right. What is happening? This frame is crazy. Legitimately, good morning, good evening, good day, good afternoon. Welcome. For the first video of 2026, I just want to take a moment and just give my gratitude. Gratitude for the opportunity to be in the city, to be here at a place that just energizes me and just puts me in a place of wanting to just create. That's first and foremost. Secondly, I want to give the deepest appreciations for all the support for all of my family, my friends over the last year, over 2025. It was some highest of highs and some very interesting lows. And I want to take a moment and reflect, because I did some preparation for 2026 the last couple of weeks. I went into the cabinet and pulled out the reading materials, the type of things that help you recalibrate and help you put yourself in an ideal state of growth, of understanding what the world is currently doing and how to create your own reality. So that's what we're doing for 2026. This video is the beginning of reality creation. And how do we create our own realities? Well, everything is choice, whether we acknowledge it or not. And if we don't make a choice, that is the choice that we're making. So let's talk about the choices. Let's talk about that buzzword that I hear that so many people say, and it's clear that that is not what they're doing. Let's talk about intention. Everyone talks about doing things with intention, and it sounds like a wonderful idea. And I support people moving with intention. But do you truly know what intention is? How intention is executed? I took some notes. Hope you guys don't mind. Let me pull out my notes. I just want to share the notes, the things that I've been unpacking in my head. First, we need to clearly define intention so we can remove any ambiguity. Intention is the determination to have and to act. Let's get that clear, okay? That's intention. So when people say they're moving with intention, it's like, oh, okay, there's something that you want, and there's some things you're gonna do to get the things that you want. But it's not just as simple as that. I mean, I'm gonna read a little bit more of the notes that I took from the divine inspiration that spoke to me today. It is intention, not desire, that can be realized. Desire is formed in your thoughts. And yes, you are aware of this desire, but desire does not bring about the outcome that you want. It is not desire that makes something happen. It is not will that makes something happen. It's intention. So then I guess the question is, so how do you intend? Well, there's a combination effort here. It's like an aggregation of how intention works. So you need internal intention and external intention. Internal intention is determination to act. Like, I got to get this thing done. But external intention is the determination to have. Internal is focusing on the process of moving towards that goal. Conversely, external is focused on observing the goal become realized of its own accord. Let me say that last part one more time. Let me say it for the people in the back of the class. External intention is focusing on observing the goal become realized of its own accord. Internal intention, the goal is achieved. With external intention, the goal is chosen. So let's get into it, because you know what type of intention I'm on. I'm gonna create a space on this platform. I'm gonna use my intention to create a space that people can come to find prosperity, to find clarity, to find inspiration, to find the tools that they need to take on this interesting dynamic of life that we currently find ourselves in. This interesting reality, so that people at their leisure can choose to move into a different reality. That's what we're doing here. That's this intention. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Okay, I'm just messing around. But seriously, that's intention. So when it comes to the goals that you set in your life, leverage the power of intention by, one, determining the process you need to move towards those goals, and two, externally accepting the goal into becoming a reality. Observe it, watch it as you work. That's how it needs to happen. That's how you need to intend. That's the way that you make the magic happen. That's how you choose your own reality. Look, I'm not saying that I have all the answers. I'm saying that the last year has been some of the highest highs and some very interesting lows. And I understand why they exist, both aspects. I understand balancing forces. There's gonna be more follow-on videos to kind of break down everything that I'm talking about, but understand the pendulums that have pulled me into their sphere and took me off track. I understand what you need to do, the choices you need to make. You know, they always tell you that old cliche is life isn't what happens, it's how you respond. You have no idea how true that is. But the response just goes deeper than just how you respond. It's how you choose to interpret the things that are happening, and then how you choose to respond with a level of intent that lets you have the actions towards going the way you want, at the same time leveraging and implementing external intent so that you can observe that thing happening for you. The most inspiring thing that I read today, that I read at the end of 2025, that's going to set up my 2026, is that a lot of people are like, oh, I got to work for it. And what if you didn't have to work for it? What if you can just position yourself to receive it? What would you do to make that happen? If you like what you heard here, if you're interested in finding out what you need to do to make that happen, please circle back. This is the first video of 2026. I know last year I did a recap, but there's no recaps needed. Things happen. Some were great, some were bad, but we're pushing forward because we are the masters of our fate. We are the captains of our souls. And what a time to be alive.